fuck up.
You're so dumb, man.
Another week. It's getting cold outside.
Very
I don't
cold.
like it. I had to layer up. I'm wearing an undershirt, a t-shirt, a cardigan, and my coat.
Yo, I think next week I'm gonna have to bring out the winter joint.
Oh, I'm not feeling this at all, bro. I haven't started wearing like the thick fall coat yet. Like I still kept that away a bit, but I know it's coming. Especially now that it's like 6:30 hits, 6 o'clock hits, and it's dark. I'm not feeling this.
Nah, bro. But it's
Fucking
life.
really.
What do you want to do? This is the point of.
This is when I start my hibernation, man. I go to work, I come home, do nothing. Or if anything, like I'll go out for a jog. I'll try if it's like not too windy. 'Cause I don't mind jogging when it's this type of weather.
No, this is the perfect weather, I think, for any outdoor sports.
Yeah.
You don't sweat as
perfect,
much.
exactly.
Yeah, your body
And
temperature
me, like,
get
dude,
crazy.
like I sweat like crazy when it's hot. So it's like it's good. Like I can go out, get a good workout, but not sweat like madness. Like I look like I just ran through a shower. But still, it's just knowing that it's dark, it's gloomy. I don't get my like sunlight. It's gonna be a
how
tough winter,
sad.
man.
Winters are always tough.
Like
but
I feel it already. I mean, look at Tyler. He's in like his thick ass lumberjack,
you feel, and he's indoors.
and we're inside. Like that's all the indication you need that, guys, we're at that point, man. It's gonna be 6 months of this, and it's only gonna get worse.
Yep, hoodie season's over.
We didn't even have a hoodie season.
Well, that's the point why I said hoodie
Like,
season's
fuck.
over.
At least like give me a month of hoodie season at the very least. I could go outside, take some pictures with the changing leaves.
Nah, that should happen like
Shit, man.
right away.
It's very unfortunate. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast. Your weekly dose of the homies just kicking back, bumping some tunes, and talking about what happened in the week.
Yes, sir.
I'm your boy Matthew, joined here as always with,
Jamali, you know we out here.
yeah, and our third man is our producer in the back. You know, he's always silent, but always gives us the input when we need it most.
Yep.
And you know, it's just like I said, man. Weather's changing, so our moods are a bit more mellow. And we just gotta adapt to it. You know, we gotta preserve our energy. That's all that's gonna happen now. It's just preservation.
But this is good. This is the weather for reclusive people like myself.
Yeah, you love this. Like I like being outside. You know, like I like enjoying nature a bit, or like going to like a nice day party and just chilling with friends. Like not that like I can't chill with friends now, but it's just not the same. You know, it's you gotta like either get together at each other's place and just chill out there, or like you go to a bar and hang there, but it's you don't get that like outdoor feel of let's just sit on the grass and do nothing.
No hippie
You
vibe.
know? That cool vibe. So how's your mental health this week, man? Everything going good?
Hey, I gotta say it's getting there.
Getting there?
It's getting there.
What's been going on? How come it's not there?
Life is progression.
Well,
So it's getting to that next stage
thanks for
where
the blanket statement.
I mean, I'm not like crazy in any bad place. I just feel like, things are just moving in the direction that I'm hoping for. So, and I'm wishing for. So that's good.
That's good, man. That's good.
What about you?
My mental health is good, man. Like we got some good news going forward with like the family stuff that was happening.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, it's looking a bit more up as far as like where we're gonna be taking it. And then also, I got a bit of a downer because we had the plumbers come through and do some more work, and they left some holes in the walls. I was just kind of like, fuck, man. This is like additional costs. Like, fuck, I'm not down for that.
That's the thing about renovation, man.
Ugh, it's got to be done, though.
It got to be done, and at all costs, you got to get it done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. Besides that, things are good. Things are good.
yeah.
I just got to suck up the fact that it's getting cold. I feel like that's the one thing that I'm just like, my mind is not mentally ready for, and like it doesn't want to get ready for.
Well, it's kind of good because you wake up and you catch those early football games because you're not out on Saturday nights.
I will wake up for a football game no matter what. Okay?
Hey,
Like, dude, I wake up at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning on like a weekend just to watch Chelsea play. So I have no issue with getting up early for a game.
Le Bleu, or whatever they
My
call
Blue
themselves.
Boys, man. Chelsea Blues. We're running a madness this week. But we don't got to get into that right now.
No, not at all. I don't want to talk sports, you know? Like, it's not
At least not
necessary.
yet. No, yeah. We
Not
got
necessary.
some sports topics on the docket,
No,
but
as long as it's not football, we're fine.
well, you don't want to talk about your boy LeBron?
Yeah, we can talk about LeBron, but not football.
Yeah.
The refs-
Jamal doesn't want to admit that now that LeBron is on the Lakers, and because he cheers for LeBron, that he's now cheering for the Lakers.
No, I'm cheering for LeBron.
Yeah, but he's a Laker.
I'm cheering for LeBron.
You can't cheer for one without the other. Like they
Yes,
go
you
hand in
can.
hand. Because if you're cheering for LeBron's success,
Yeah.
in
Indirectly, the Lakers benefit, but that's
Exactly.
neither here nor there.
exactly.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm a
But
LeBron fan.
LeBron can't be successful unless the Lakers are successful. So
And
in
I think it
fact,
goes,
you
it's
are
bilateral.
you are cheering for the Lakers' success
Whatever.
because it's in direct connection to LeBron James.
It's cool.
I'm proud of you, man. You jumped the bandwagon when you need to do it.
I didn't jump. No, I'm still cheering for LeBron James like I did in 2006, bro. Fuck out of here.
All right.
I'm not Jason.
Well, Jason's a Laker fan. He's a flat-out Laker fan.
So-called.
We miss you, buddy.
You miss him. Don't say we.
Well, let's say we.
Maybe you and Tyler.
Let's
Okay, I
be
guess
polite.
that's where we comes
Let's be
from.
polite. We miss you, bud.
You and Tyler misses him.
We miss the days when it was three of us here, shooting the shit, being homies. Sometimes we feel like there's a ghost in your presence.
Some places are better left empty, but okay.
Want to jump into some topics?
Hey,
Let's
We're-
start it off with like the most recent thing. The CAQ won.
hey.
They want a majority on top of that.
Yep.
So how's that make you feel?
Indifferent. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that we're seeing smaller parties, or I think in Quebec it's liberal, PQ, like always going at each other.
liberal PQ.
So it's good to see CAQ, take not only win but a majority government. Now, do I have faith in what they're gonna do? No. But could something good come of this? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's a result that I'm not surprised about.
I don't
Like,
think I'm surprised either.
I think, I'm not surprised that they won. I think I'm more surprised at, the landslide in which they won.
right.
Because a lot of the prediction we were going for, they felt it would have been more of a minority government, and they expected that the Liberals would have gotten a lot more seats than they ended up getting. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not surprised to say AQ won, just because we're seeing a shift as
Right.
far as the younger political people or political civilian that are coming in now, citizens
Right.
are coming in and paying attention compared to some of the older ones who are more they stick to party.
Right. I also think it speaks volume on how, where we're at, the time we're at in terms of marketing and
Yeah.
media. I feel like liberals are sticking to their old school game.
Yeah.
The PQ is doing the same thing. And I think the cock took the opportunity to
Yeah.
just be okay, let's go literally
Right down the middle.
right down the middle.
Yeah. And I felt that's what they
Let's
did.
get as much as possible, get our message to the younger generation.
Yeah.
The young, I'm not afraid of Quebec going and talking about the PQ wanting to have a referendum.
Yeah.
I know whatever, bro. It's not a problem for me. But so I feel like all those people who were voting liberals because they're afraid of separation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even though it's the odds of it happening is really
No,
slim.
And that's the thing, especially with the CAQ, I really don't think it's going to happen. There's, I feel like every election there are those murmurs, and like I said last week, when I hear it, it makes me, in a sense, almost disconnect from that party, just because
Right.
it's don't even bring it up.
Right.
It's a non-issue.
And I'm talking. Well, I don't know. I could say I'm talking both on the liberals saying it we want Quebec to stay together. I think that's unnecessary to make a unnecessary
No,
statement.
and one thing that the CAQ did well was they reached the young people.
Of course,
They gave them hope in a sense that we are going to work towards making sure you get jobs. We're going to work towards making sure that opportunities are there for whatever fields you're looking into. And then on top of that, like they hit the marks on health, they hit the marks on education, they hit the marks on pretty much everywhere that we were saying before, you know, like these are places you got to make your platform and make this your focus,
Right.
is what they were doing. Yeah, like they had the thing that they brought up right away is they're going to be eliminating any religious symbols from government.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not surprised that that's like their opening thing going into, because that's one of the easiest things you can do.
Right.
You know, like you're essentially telling any government worker, if you're wearing a cross, if you're wearing a Star of David, if you're wearing a hijab, like you have to take it off. And then any symbols like a cross or anything that's inside a government building, you just take it down. That's a very simple, easy fix. So yeah, of course, that's their first focus, because it's something that they really don't have to put much into to get done.
Right.
So now it's more a matter of, let's see the economic plan that you bring forth. Let's see what you do in the health services section.
Infrastructure.
Like let's see what you do as far as like building up the economy in Quebec, and hopefully whatever plans that they said they were going to implement, they start to do it, and they got this time to get it done.
And I mean, I think it's important that for the younger people to see, like, you know, it's, you know, not very far back in the future, the CAQ was like, yeah, you know, they were that much better than like the Green Party or the alternative choice.
What, maybe even 8 years ago.
Right. And for the fact that they have come to the point where they've won a majority government, that speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes as far as listening to the people.
Right. Well, not just listening to people. I just feel like it's like, if you, even in your personal life, if you have a goal, just stick to it, and eventually it will pay out. That's how I see it.
But now, at the same time, now that they have this position, it's also on us to make sure that the promises they made and the things they said they're going to implement, they actually do, you know?
It is.
Or at the very least, show us some type of, like, work in progress to give us faith in the plans and the vision that they have.
I agree. But I also feel like the fact that liberals have been there for so long, and, you know, the majority of people don't hold them to it. You know, I think the liberals being there for most, especially in Montreal, is like, it's sort of like, you know, quietness to the storm. It's like, it's a comfort. And I think, if anything, the pressure's on the CAQ for them to really deliver. Like, the people have now entrusted you with the future.
Well, that's the thing too, you know, like, yeah, expectations are going to be high, but let's remember, you know, within like the first year, sometimes even 2 years, when you're having a change in government, there's still going to be old things that have to be like run its course.
Of course.
Before the new things can be implemented. So yeah, although they had all these like plans that they want to put in place, there's certain plans that they're not going to be able to start right away. Just like a reminder for the people, you know?
That's
so like
if
we're in like year one's done, and a few months into year two, and maybe a plan that they said they would get done right at the end of year one, like, give it some time. Unless there's like zero progress whatsoever. Because I mean, back when Montreal had the elections for the mayor, it was like 2 months in, and people were freaking out that like things weren't getting done. But it's like the person just got in office. Like,
no, but not only just the person, like in like the public expectation of the party. But it's now also their opportunity to show people that they're trustworthy, and I don't think, you know, logical people are not expecting things to change overnight. But I think it's their opportunity. They've gotten it now to show like, okay, we're party of the people, or we represent, or we are people that do as we say, or at least we try to do as much as we can. What we have on our agenda, or what we promised during our campaign. Like, this is their opportunity. If they screw this up, I think they're going back to where they used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I think there's a lot on his
especially
plate.
Considering, like you said, how quickly they went from being one of those parties that were like a 2-seater, 4-seater to now having the majority government.
Like, literally, like, they were in third place, but like closer to fourth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
I mean, that overnight things can change, man. But with this, when it comes to like a government, like I said, man, just give it some time. Let the plans get implemented. Let things start to run their course. And then if we hit like year 1.5, year 2, and we're seeing zero things done, or things are getting worse, then you can start showing your outrage. But
I mean, at this point, it's like, your outrage shouldn't even be like thrown at people like that, or the party. Just next time you vote for somebody else, or you vote for a party that represents you. I think the idea, like, like voting for a political party is like playing the lottery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you voted for them for healthcare and they took care of healthcare, there's still going to be people who, if they didn't do what they were supposed to do for education, going to feel sour about it. You know, it's them to find the balance and how they approach.
Yeah, well, you
their
just hope the
goals
things that
and-
need the most immediate attention are
Right.
the things that get it, and that in that case, those things don't get put on the back burner or
Right.
neglected to a point where now it's worse off than when you showed up. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Good luck, CAQ.
Yep.
Well, victory for you guys. All right. Kanye West and Charlemagne. So it's announced that they're going to be having a discussion about mental health. And like recently he was just on TMZ having a conversation with Harvey where he said he wasn't on drugs, and I'll take him at his word. But he seemed like he's still at that point where he's trying to really articulate the way he feels about things, but you're seeing like the struggle of it. Like, I don't know if you saw that interview that he did with TMZ.
Not in its entirety, no.
Essentially, it's like it's him and Harvey. They're sitting. I think they were like outside the TMZ building, like on a picnic table or whatever, and like they're just like having a conversation, and like obviously like questions about like Trump come up and shit like that because you know he's wearing like the Make America Great Again hat, which dude, like he changed it up so it looked like more like a dad hat and hip, but it's like it's still a Make America Great Again hat, you know? Like, come on, bro.
I just honestly, like, when it comes to Kanye and his antics, as much as I was a supporter of him then, and I wouldn't say supporter now, but I just feel like the public should just allow him to be who he wants to be.
Yeah, I
and
agree
like
with that.
he shouldn't be like I saw like he was wearing the Kaepernick sweater. Kaepernick, sorry for the mispronunciation, and the Make America Great hat again, and people were like, yo, make up your mind. Yo, you could walk and chew gum. Like, I mean, personally, maybe Donald Trump doesn't appeal to me, right? But let's put it in a position where I had millions of dollars, right? And he's doing things that benefit my pockets. Do I not support that?
No, I get it. Well,
Right?
I feel like when it comes to like the hat and the sweater with Kaepernick's name on it, it's a walking contradiction because you're in support of one guy in Trump who is openly
Racist.
against like or no, not racist, but like an open adversary to what Colin Kaepernick stands for. So it's
No,
like
I agree with
it's
you.
very much an oxymoron to like wear that hat and then wear that sweater, which is why I can understand people being like, yo,
But again,
you can't. Basically, it's like when we were talking about Nike of them.
Right.
We know they play both sides because they're the apparel sponsors for NFL, but at the same
NFL,
time they give Kaepernick this ad.
right.
When it comes to Kanye, he's all about like free thinking and being progressive, this and that. But if you're gonna be an open supporter of Trump, it's hard for people to believe that you are true and willing in your support of Kaepernick, especially since you were more verbally and openly supportive of Trump than you've ever been for Kaepernick.
Okay, but I agree with you. But do you think that that's Kanye's problem or that's society's problem?
No, I think in a point it would have to be on Kanye for that, because if you haven't in any way, shape, or form up to that point said anything in favor of what Kaepernick's been doing, but you've constantly and openly been in favor for supporting Trump, you got to hold that onus. Like, that's on you. So that's why I look at it like, yeah, like you're perfectly allowed to wear both those things, but understand where people's confusion and bother would come from, you know? But to the matter with him and Charlemagne, I'm not sure if it's on the 7th.
We're on Revolt?
I'm assuming it would be on Revolt, but like they're supposed to have like a big discussion with a couple other people on a panel about mental health, especially like given the fact that like Kanye's now talking about how like he's no longer on medication and he's trying to deal with it like more of a natural state. So I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out, because for me it's like with everything that Kanye is doing at the moment, rather than like going back to Chicago and wanting to like give back to the community, like I feel like if he's genuine in that, then like I'm all for it. And like, you know, I'm a huge Kanye fan, like, but the things he's done recently has made me like pull away from him, you know, just because I just felt like everything he stood for, he was basically spitting in the face of.
I don't know. I feel like personally, like, I just think people should just let him be him. Like, stop giving him attention to. And I'm not saying I'm saying he's doing this for attention, but like, stop. Like, literally, like he does something and it becomes like newsworthy. It's not like.
But that's more a credit to his celebrity. You know, like a guy like Kanye, and like understand like a guy who's literally his whole career been very loud, very vocal, very much in your face. He's always been one of those people that says what's on his mind.
Right.
And because of that, like what I'm seeing from him now, like this is still the same person that we've known throughout. Because look, we look at him now. Like I can't remember who said this. Like I think I was listening to on a podcast, but the person said the way we look at Kanye now is the way Taylor Swift fans looked at him when he did that shit on the MTV stage.
Right.
You know, and it's like it's very much the truth. It's like we're basically on the opposite end now of what people at the time were just like, yo, what the fuck is this guy's problem? Right. And now we're feeling that effect because he's literally turned it on us.
Right. That's my whole thing with Kanye and people's reaction to it. Is like, I don't think he changed in the way that his conduct.
His message changed.
Even if maybe his message changed, fine. But I also feel like it's like when you're with somebody who lies. If the lies benefit you, you're okay with them being a liar. Yeah. But the moment they start lying to you and it affects you, then you're like, oh shit, you're a fucking liar. No, they've been a liar all the time. It's just that now you're on the opposite end.
Now it's affecting you in a negative way.
Right. And I think that's what Kanye is doing. And Kanye knows how to play the game. He knows how to... No, I'm
gonna check it out mostly because I hope it's a great conversation.
No, obviously it's something worthy to check
bringing
out.
Awareness to mental health, and it is something that obviously in the more recent years has become less of a stigma, less of a taboo. People are talking about it. People are openly
and it shouldn't be a taboo.
Sharing the fact that they go to like therapy, things like that, and it's because it's something that we should be talking about. Like, I mean, we ask the question at the beginning of every episode, like, how's the mental health? Because it's important to like remind people that this is something we can talk about, you know?
Hey, if you live in this society, you're suffering from something.
Yeah.
That's just my true belief. You could say it's ignorant. You could say whatever it is. I just feel like we all suffer from some sort of mental issue.
The most common mental issue people face is stress.
Right. Like, well, I'm thinking it's deeper than that too, right?
No, but essentially, like, whether it's deeper or not, it is the most common thing.
Right,
I mean, like,
absolutely.
Especially, like, let's say for people maybe 5 years, 7 years younger than us, you know, like, they probably have a part-time job. They're probably full-time in school.
Right.
You know, like, juggling those things, like, taking care of, like, the hours to study, things like that. Like, it's a lot on the psyche.
I even think kids younger than that, I think those kids who are, you know, whether... Because, like, you know, we got introduced to social media, like, you know, pretty much being spoon-fed up. Like, we're a guinea pig, you could say.
Yeah, we tested out what it's becoming.
But, like, those kids who are, like, 9 years old and they got onto it and it is what it is, they're being bullied. That level of stress that a child feels is, you know, I'm not saying that when we're, you know, college years and we're working and going to school, it wasn't stressful, but I could imagine the stress that 9-year-old feels does not express himself or herself.
It's like this thing of like needing to be liked, you know, like you want to get the likes, you want to get the retweets, you want that like attention,
you want that,
and it's like for us, I mean, sure, we've spoken out here before, like we don't have that need for it because we didn't grow up with it, in that world, whereas like if I post something and it gets 2 likes, I'm not going to delete it and post it again at a more opportune time when more people are on social media. You know, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't, like, I think if the day a friend of mine comes to me and be like, yo, I posted this shit, and like, obviously it's simple, like a picture or some shit. Yeah. And like, yo, my pictures get, you know, reposted or retweet or I'm like, yo, bro, you're a loser.
But no, like, I know people like
I know people just like
I can understand if, like, let's say, like, your social media is, like, your marketing tool.
Right.
You know, then that's completely understandable.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
you gotta use every trick in the book.
Right.
But there's some people who literally just use social media for what it actually is.
Right.
Not promoting anything, not pushing nothing, but they're just like, oh, I gotta post it at this time because that's when most people are on and this is when I'm gonna get the most likes and the most views, and just like, but what are you doing with that?
People's confidence live on social media.
Yeah.
Their self-worth is dignified by social media likes.
Like, I know people who are like, they'll post it, and like if in a few days it doesn't get the amount of likes that they want, they'll delete it and then wait like a week or two and post it again. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Like, what do you gain from that?
And that's sad.
It is, man. It's
Grown people doing dumb shit like this.
like, yeah. Social media is one of the things that I feel, as much as we've become so dependent on it for certain things,
oh, for sure.
it is literally the thing destroying us.
I don't say destroying us, destroying people, because I don't think you and I
Yeah,
are affected
I say
by
us as like society, like it's
Right.
destroying us.
Right.
And a lot of at least in our case, we're cognizant to it, and like we notice
right.
where it is. But there's some people that they're just, because they grew up in it, they
Right.
don't realize.
Or they have
contrast.
low self-esteem, because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people my age, therefore they're the guinea pig era,
Yeah,
and they do the same thing that you just described.
like imagine there's gonna be a time where pretty much I feel like we are like the last generation of knowing what it's like to leave the house without a phone.
Right.
Like just get on your bike and ride for
There you go.
hours, but
Yeah.
yet always manage to be home on time for dinner.
Right.
Like
It's
we
true.
are literally the last of that, because now it's like kids 6 years old have phones, man.
Right.
Like they're, even if they do ride a bike, who knows? But it's just that idea of, one, the safety that we grew up in, because having no means of contacting outside of like maybe
Yeah.
a quarter in your pocket to like go to a payphone if you find one.
Right. Or we use the old, you've done the collect call thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember
Mom,
that.
I'm at my friend's house. I'll be back. Click. You know what I mean? She hears it. You're like, okay, don't accept the call.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what I mean?
accept the call. Just let it go. Like, you literally put your whole message in,
In-
and then like hang
Please say your
up.
name. Yo, kids would never understand
Oh,
that
man.
struggle, man.
And it's
These
crazy
kids
'cause,
never understand
like
that.
just thinking back on like the amount of summers where like the greatest thing to do was wake up in the morning, have like your bowl of cereal or like your Eggo waffles, watch a couple cartoons, and just be like, all right, I'm going outside to play.
Yeah, I'm going to the park.
You know, like how fucking dope that was.
You know what I mean? I used to be at the park for so long, my mom had to come and get me.
You know, I
You know,
think
those are
that
days. Or
that is why our mental health is fucked.
what?
We don't have that freedom, like that.
Oh, now.
Yeah, like
Okay,
now,
okay,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's like back then.
We
it
we
was
had
so,
real
like-
connection.
Yeah,
We had real connection. Like I know, like we know mutual people, but like I'd literally like ride my bike to my boy's house. You
Yeah.
know, that was all the way down on Sherbrooke.
and like the ride there, you
Yeah.
would like wave to people that you
Right.
knew in the neighborhood and everything, and
You know
pretty
what I
much
mean?
everybody knew everybody.
Kids nowadays is like, yo, I'm going to my friend's house, Uber. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even talk to the driver. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They're just on their phone. It's crazy just to think like the connection that we've built as like our generation. I don't think our children would ever
Honestly,
experience it.
Charlamagne and Kanye might be onto something right now, man.
I hope so, and I think the wider aspect of it, I think people need
Yeah,
to feel comfortable expressing themselves about these things.
like I hope this isn't a one-off that they're doing. Like maybe make it into something that's like a regular occurrence, just to have people like just really reflect on their mental health. And
Right, and I mean, like, I think it's also necessary. Like, I don't care if it's one-off, if they do it, but I hope it's a trigger that may
Yeah.
stem other conversation.
And look, and look, keeping it on the topic of Kanye, like I can't remember if it was on Twitter in one of his other interviews where he was talking about how at some point we got to really look into getting rid of likes from like
For sure,
social
you
media and like
definitely-
just taking it away. And
Yeah,
I mean, like, I know it seems like such a crazy thing to think about,
right.
but yeah, like, why do we put so much into likes?
Yeah,
Because it's come to the point now where, I mean, you could be a real person doing real things, and like you have to basically get to a certain amount of followers or have a certain amount of traffic to be verified.
right.
Whereas there's like a ghost account out there that's like run by a bot
Yeah,
that only has a high follower count because it's connected to all the other bots that are out there, and it gets verified.
yeah.
Like ridiculous, you know, like the chase for a check, the chase for followers, the chase for likes.
But not only that, like, I feel also, I think it's in Kanye's and Charlamagne's best interest. I mean, their daughters are growing up literally on that shit.
in the thick of it, I don't even think it's that simple, you know.
No, it's not like that simple. But like, if you look at it on a like a micro level, for them, they're very much concerned.
Yeah.
You know, Charlamagne being who he is as a character, and could you imagine once like somebody get a whiff of like who his daughter is? Let's say when she reached like middle school or something. Like Kanye's kids are already out there. Like that generation of the kids who are literally like you and I could only go so far back and find a picture of us on the internet when
Yeah.
we were probably like 14, 15.
Yeah, exactly.
These kids' baby pictures 3 days into the world's online. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem.
Which is nuts because, like, you think, like, we look at it like that, but someone like Bill Gates has spoken about how he damn near eliminated all social media from his household with his kids.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like if somebody who is literally the reason we have all this is
Right.
like, no, I don't let my kids use that stuff. It speaks volumes of
course.
what this does to people.
Of course.
You know? Yeah, man,
But no, I'm glad that Kanye is actually sitting down and you know, having this conversation. I think more people should get involved and be actively, you know, participant in conversation as such.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we could talk about this Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Ford situation that has been unfolding. We were going to talk about it sooner, but we really wanted to like let the process happen and see what would come of it. You know, let all like the hearings and testimonies come through. And I mean, to put it pretty simply on my side, I don't think he did it. Based on everything that's come up, like, I mean, yeah, you can. We all were watching like the media circus that came of it from like on the news channels, but at the end of it, like when you have both very clear, honest, or as we believe to be honest testimonies come forth, and like not to say that Dr. Ford wasn't sexually assaulted. I'm not saying that at all. I just don't feel like it was Brett Kavanaugh who was the person who sexually assaulted her. And the reason I feel that way is because the witnesses that she had come forward to like talk about it, they've said they've had inconclusive like testimonies or perspective saying like conflicting and saying no, like this situation, the way she described it didn't happen that way, or this specific person wasn't there at the time. So, you know, when you have that much like conflicting evidence going back and forth, obviously the way we look at it, shadow of a doubt, you know. And I just feel like there's too much of a doubt on it that it couldn't have been Brett Kavanaugh.
I don't know. Is he guilty of it? I don't know. Is the court gonna find him guilty? I highly doubt it. Yeah. That's just how I see it. Like, you know, it's really difficult because it's like to be in this position, not in a position myself, but like to be where there's obviously someone who suffered some sort of incident.
Yeah.
That probably is traumatic. And not to bring this up, but my perspective on the whole Cosby situation, but like I feel like, you know, everything that she's put forth to essentially support her version of events hasn't done so, and it hasn't done very well for her.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
it hasn't supported it as far as it being Brett Kavanaugh as the assailant.
That thing, but I mean, it didn't work out for what I guess she intended it to be. And, you know, I don't know what happened. None of us know what happened.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think at this point, you know, it's going to be put to bed eventually.
Yeah. Well, I feel like what's going to end up happening is she'll continue to dig into it and essentially try to find out who was the person responsible. Because as it goes, like I said, everything she's brought up, like everything that she had from her therapy sessions back in like 2012 and previous years, they did like the blueprint search of like the house. So her stories align as far as like where the staircase was, where the rooms were. So it's like she was obviously in this place.
Right.
You know, and then like her description of like how some of the parties would go. I mean, like if you go to enough of those parties, like a lot of them are going to jumble together, especially when you're thinking back 34 years.
Oh, for sure.
So like I said, like I look at it like there's a very good chance that yes, you were sexually assaulted at one of these parties. It's just not connected to him.
But it could be connected to him. I'm not saying
and that's the thing. It could be
right,
but it's just based on the evidence that's been presented.
Right,
it's looking like it's not him. Hopefully, for her sake, they can find the person who did this, because, I mean, you want to get some sense of closure from all this, you know.
And well, also hopefully for him that she doesn't have, you know, something that clicks and then they're like, whoa, everything. You know what I mean?
No.
Well,
who knows, man? It's just one of those things. Like I've noticed, like it was polarizing a lot of people, and I felt it was doing it in a dangerous way because, like, the amount of conversations we've had here, whenever we've brought up any of these like type of
Situation.
like situation where it's like sexual assault, we always waited for what's like the evidence that's been put forward. Like we're not just coming in here with speculation, you know, because there's only so much you can speculate on things you don't know, and
Right.
it's not a fun conversation to have.
Nope.
You know, and you don't want to point fingers at anybody who's innocent, obviously. So it's just like reminding people, you know, like hear everything out. Because I saw a lot of people just being the second he was accused, like, oh, he did it. Yeah, he looks like one of those guys. I was like, anybody could look like one of those guys. You
yeah.
know, like that's not a fair statement to make against somebody.
Blanket statement like that annoys me.
Yeah, it's not good to do that. So, I mean, yeah, I just hope they sort this shit out, because the only good thing that came out was watching Lindsey Graham be a fucking dickhead. Oh, it's true, man. When he was up there,
Yeah,
it's
at
just
least you
like,
got one good
this
thing out of
is
it.
a circus.
Circus.
It's like, do you think this is hell? This is hell, sir.
Wow.
It's like banging on the table and yelling at people. It's like, so you're gonna ask the guy a question?
Or
Or
not. You know what I mean?
it's a travesty.
Hey,
Oh fuck. To freedom.
the freedom. Says.
Screw it. All right, let's switch over to some sports, something lighthearted. Got UFC tomorrow, bruh.
You know, I'm not a big fighter. That's not my
You
thing.
don't gotta be a big fighter.
But I mean, we
Enjoy-
just watched.
enjoy
What
some
was that?
fights.
The press conference we just
yeah,
watched.
the weigh-ins.
The weigh-ins.
Yeah, before we got in front of the mics, we were watching the UFC weigh-ins for 229, Khabib versus McGregor, and I mean, like, I'm a McGregor fan, man. I as far as the UFC goes, I mean, when he did the boxing shit, I was just like, I know what it is. It's a fucking cash grab. Go get your cash. It's gonna be your biggest payout, but get your ass back in the cage where you belong. And I'm happy
That
to see him
sounded
like,
so wrong. Get your ass back in the cage where you belong.
okay, yeah, it did sound wrong, but
Wow.
if you know the UFC, then that's not a mean thing to
Octagon
say.
wasn't an option of words.
They call it the octagon. They call it the cage. Like, it's all
Yeah,
good.
I'm just saying.
All good.
I'm just saying.
Okay? Don't make it more than what it is.
Right. Get in
Right?
the cage.
Get back in the octagon and do what you do best, okay? Does that make you feel better? Is that PC enough for you?
It's appropriate.
It's appropriate. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see him back in his natural element, going toe-to-toe with Khabib, who is a phenomenal fighter. Was he 26-0 or 27-0? Tyler knows. 26-0.
Oh yeah, it was. I saw
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just gonna be a fucking smash mouth fight. I want to like all the shit talk that McGregor did before this fight, as he always does, just gets me fucking amped, man. What, man? Let's talk about.
Bro, you're like a schoolgirl, bro. You
No,
look so
I'm
giddy over.
more like a teenage kid off Mountain Dew. Like, I'm excited. I got 2 liters of Mountain Dew and a family bag of Doritos. Let's do this.
Those bring back good memories.
You're not helping my UFC conversation right now.
No,
Like,
but
at
I mean, it
all.
looks good. The lineup looked good. It just seems.
Yeah.
It's just not something I'm really deep into. But hey, for those who watch, enjoy.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Haven't decided if I'm gonna watch it at a bar yet or just, stream it at home. Legally.
I will be streaming it at home illegally.
I'll legally,
Illegally, you said?
legally
What?
with the air quotes.
Oh, there's cameras, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the camera. I'm gonna legally stream it. Pay per view.
I pay for my internet.
Exactly. It's technically paid for.
It is technically. No, but it should be entertaining. They seem to have a good lineup of fights.
Yeah, man. Plus, it's been a while that there's been a UFC full UFC card that I'm excited for. A lot of big names going into this, so it's gonna be a good night. At least I hope it will be a good night.
Well, it'll be a good night for all of them. I'm sure they
See
get
some
paid.
nice knockouts. Some good
I'm not
submissions.
that barbaric. Maybe submissions.
It's a fight sport.
I know. That's why I'm not into that. I'm not into them type of shit.
But you watch football.
Football's a different thing.
Come on, you're telling me you don't get hyped when you see a nice big hit,
Of course.
even though they're trying to soften up the league.
Yeah.
There's nothing
They're
like
just trying to
watching a
make people
person
play
get
safe.
upended and they do a full-on front flip in the air.
Nah, bro.
Then they
Football
get up and
layouts
walk
are
it off.
amazing, though.
As long as they get up and walk it off.
When you see a big hit in football, it's so satisfying.
Pull Patrice O'Neal and do the chants. Take his socks.
Oh,
Hey, you don't remember that Patrice O'Neal joke?
I remember that joke. Patrice O'Neal is fucking funny as hell.
He's paralyzed. Oh man, yeah, that joke wouldn't fly today.
No,
R.I.P. Patrice
definitely
O'Neal, man.
not.
Forever in our hearts.
Yep. It's
But-
so weird to think that he's gone.
Fuck, it is weird.
It's
Yo,
weird.
oh shit. Speaking of which, today marks it would have been Bernie Mac's 61st birthday.
Wow. Him
R.I.P.
too,
Bernie
yeah.
Mac, another legendary comedian, gone too soon, man. Ugh,
It's weird.
yeah, man.
Funny because I just saw Steve Harvey,
Mm.
all gray in his beard now.
Well, yeah,
It's
he's in his 60s too, man.
yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just happy he got rid of that ridiculous high top.
Hey.
We all knew it was a piece.
There's no proof to that.
Oh, we knew it.
That line was too straight though.
He went from the perfect high top to completely bald. That does not happen overnight.
It
Speaking
does.
from experience.
But you go to the. But I mean, he doesn't have a hairline anymore.
Nah, his shit was thick as fuck. Come on, bro.
But he. I mean, he could have.
Come on,
He
bro.
could have just
It was a
skin
lace
fade
front, bro.
that shit.
We all knew it was a lace front.
It wasn't a lace
Who was he
front.
fooling?
Hey,
Who was he fooling?
unless you could bring that lace front to me, it wasn't a lace front.
Hey, if I could get a wicked
We
lace
all
front-
have dreams. I have. You may not have those aspirations because
Hey,
you can't afford
honestly,
to have that.
No,
But
no.
I have an aspiration of having a crispy.
I would have absolutely no problem like bringing out the lace fronts, man. Like screw it. Why do women get all the fun? Why are they allowed to have short hair today and then long hair tomorrow?
Hey, do
We
you
can't do it. That's not fair.
I don't need to. You can speak for the bald people.
They already got a monopoly on makeup in America. Like,
You
give us
can
a lace
start wearing
front.
eyeliner. Ain't nobody
I
stopping you.
could, but my lashes pop on their own.
Oh,
I don't need
mean,
to worry about that.
Eyeliners are for lashes. Isn't that mascara? I
I
don't
know,
know, bro.
bro.
Why are we having this conversation?
Someone's gonna correct us.
Where? How do we end up here?
We're talking about the lace front that Steve Harvey
No,
wore.
I was talking about the fact how they've aged, and then you got all jealous because of the guy's crispy hairline.
Yo, all
That
I'm
shit was
saying
crispy,
is,
bro.
it's about time we bring lace fronts into the male dynamic.
You
It's
should
about
start.
time, bro.
But it already exists. I've
Yeah, but I mean, like,
videos.
we got to be open about it. You know, like women are open about their wigs.
Because some of them are very obvious.
Yeah, but I mean, all of them are fucking.
But I
obvious.
think a lot of them think Beyonce hair really looks like that.
Look, Beyonce's the only one that I know sits there for like 10 hours and has everyone individually placed on her head.
Really?
Dude, her fucking wigs are flawless.
Bro, I'm just saying. People think that she wakes up like that. I don't know. But you should.
Because she wrote a song.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Woke up like this.
I'm just saying, maybe you should start it, man. I support you.
Look, if anybody has got a wicked deal for male lace fronts, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. Yo, your boy needs to know, man.
He
Yo,
needs it, man.
I will literally come on the show every
He
week with a different hairstyle.
Needs it.
I will do it. I'll have braids one week, then I'll have like just full on like the Kawhi Leonards, bro. Just front to back.
My God.
Then maybe another week I'll get the
What
push,
did Jason say? Jason said
the
you don't trust.
ASAP Rocky French braids.
You don't trust a 30-year-old
No,
plus
you
with
definitely
braids?
don't. Look, you don't
Pusha
trust
T.
any male over the age of 30 that wears straight back braids, black Air Force Ones,
Oh my God! I was actually gonna pick one of
and
those.
Carl
up.
Kanai jeans.
Bruh, they still made those?
Bro, if they do, don't trust the person wearing them, okay? You will either get robbed or smacked, or both. Can't
Wow.
trust anybody rocking that shit.
Wow. Flashback to the early 2000s.
They're still wearing 6XL shirts.
I don't get that. I really don't. Like, I'm a big guy and I don't even wear 6XL.
Yeah, as a tall guy, nah.
No.
It's too much,
There's,
man.
there's limits.
It's too much.
And if you're 35 plus, bro, like, I excuse if you spend a long time in prison and that's all you have.
Yeah,
that
now you're out and you don't
You know
know,
what I
things
mean?
have changed.
You got some old fresh clothes, but like, cut it out.
You know, the polos were rocking back then.
Yeah,
but now,
not now. No.
We
If
all
you could
switched
use your
up.
shirt as a nightgown,
We're more European style these days.
do not wear it in public. I don't even know how the fuck we got
Yeah,
here.
we kind of got sidetracked there. R.I.P. Bernie Mac.
He'd
We
most
miss
def.
you. Turned 61 today if he was still alive. All right. So going back to big
Football.
hits in football.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas, man. Earl Thomas Jr. fractured his leg.
Again.
God damn.
Didn't he broke that? I want to believe he broke it before.
I don't know if it was the leg or the knee.
But it's the same
But
leg.
I think it's the
though.
same leg.
Yeah.
But either way, man, it just goes to show Le'Veon Bell was right.
But it was funny though. Like I'm saying, like I seen a lot of people give him negative flack about this, but I could only imagine what was going through his head
Yo,
when he showed them the middle finger. Like,
we've had many situations that show if you're in a position where you should sit out, sit out.
or walk off.
Le'Veon
walk
Bell
off.
was being made the bad guy because he wanted to get that long-term contract,
Right.
secure his future,
Right.
and everybody was getting on his shit like, "Yo, you should just play. Like they're gonna pay you $14 million." Like, no, it's not about the number; it's about the principle,
Right.
and it's about what him getting that proper contract will do for the rest of NFL players in the league.
Right.
So it's more than like these people making a selfish act. No, it's a NFL players union action that's going on right
But
now.
it's kind of funny because from a fan perspective, I feel like they just care about football. They don't
Oh, of
care
course,
about the
because,
actual players.
We spoke about Vontae Davis
Right.
leaving and him deciding, look, like I just can't do it anymore. I can't do
Right.
it to the level that I feel I'll be safe doing it. And,
or others will be safe.
and people gave him flack because he retired at halftime and didn't stick with the team and watch the rest of the
No,
game.
Bullshit.
But now you have a situation where Earl Thomas was hoping to get a big contract,
Right.
decided that he's going to go out there and play and prove his worth,
Yeah.
and ends up getting a fractured leg
Out for the season.
out for the season. And now,
And his
good luck on getting that contract.
Future unsure.
Yeah. So, you know what? To the people that walk away or the people that sit out, this is why.
Bro, it like I don't get what people fail to realize. If you're working in a shitty condition, whether the condition is you're making millions or dollars, whatever it is, or cents, if you're not happy with the terms of your working in your employment contract, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because a lot of these people right now would rather I'm not speaking about people, but there's people out there who would rather get a welfare check or whatever check than go work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to know your worth, and these guys are putting their body on the line continuously, week after week after week.
And it's a shame, too, because, you know, like, we all know how good Earl Thomas is.
Right.
But this season, with all the disputes that happened during the offseason and the
Right.
fact that he was like, you know what, regardless of that, I know we're going to work it out because it's either you're going to pay me what I want or you're going to trade me.
Right. Which
He was just like, I'm just going to go out there, play my ass off, not just to show my team, but to show, like, other teams in the
Showcase
league,
himself, yeah.
like, yo, this is what I can still do.
But I saw the look on his face when he got driven off.
Oh, he was pissed.
And it was not even like a piss, like, oh, fuck, I fucked up my leg. It was like a piss where it's like, my future, like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen now?
No, it was really a matter of him looking at, you know, like, I didn't have to go through this.
And I feel like almost like there's a look on his face of regret, like I shouldn't have done this.
Possibly.
I should have followed my heart and
Possibly.
not try to be
Because I'm sure he looked at what Le'Veon Bell was doing.
right.
And highly respected it, but was like, you know what, like, that's not me. That's not the route I can go.
I don't even think
but
that.
I'm sure there were times where he's like, maybe I should have sat.
No, it's not even that. I think it's like he did it because he saw what Bell was getting.
Yeah.
He was just like, well, I would rather not deal with this public scrutiny. People,
Yeah.
let me just go out and not, you know what I mean? So sometimes you just got to follow your gut. And I literally saw him, the look on his face looked like someone who was like, yo, honestly, I knew this was a bad idea from the beginning.
Yeah. Dude, it's very unfortunate, man.
Very.
Because, look, like, I know, like, this wouldn't have been good for you, but there were talks that he would go to the Cowboys if they had found, like, terms for a trade. It ended up falling through
Why would it be a problem, like, for
because
me?
you're a Giants fan.
Doesn't matter. They're
Dude.
not going to win.
Dude, you put Earl Thomas on that defense? Dude, they're disgusting. Like, what are you talking about?
I understand that, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl, so I'm okay with it.
I'm not saying you give him Thomas. and
We
they win a
won
Super
two
Bowl.
Super Bowls in the most, it's okay.
There
My
goes
Super
your,
Bowl ring
there
comes
goes
up
your
and
dismissive nature of the fact that, yeah, they would have been highly upgraded with Earl Thomas back there at safety.
good for them. But it's not the case, is it?
Such a dick. Oh, man. Whatever. Let's move
Fuck the
on from
Cowboys.
this, bro. Oh, this is one that... Shocking.
What?
The footy world, man. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ah,
They're reopening a case from, what, 2009,
Yeah.
where I don't know if you read the reports and basically his testimony in that
I didn't
original
read his
case.
testimony, no.
Basically, in the original testimonies that they had, he admits to raping the girl, or that she didn't consent.
Is English his native language? Was there a translator? I'm just joking.
I'm sure his lawyer was present when he made these statements. For those that don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo, back in 2009, was accused of rape on a woman that he had basically picked up in a club, brought back to his hotel room, and then pressured her into sex. They went through the case. Basically, it was kept under wraps, very hush-hush. Paid her, I think, around $375K, something like that, basically to like keep it all quiet. But now the case is being reopened because there was a German newspaper that got wind of it all and was able to like collect all the records on it because it becomes public
right
afterwards. And when they read through everything and saw basically like what had went through with the police talking to the girl, and then when the testimonies went through and what he had said, basically showing clear as day in these reports, he admits to having raped the woman.
Right.
So the reason it's being reopened now is because the woman who basically made the original accusations, she's saying how she was forced into signing the NDA, and like Las Vegas police were basically telling her not to pursue any like criminal lawsuit against him because, you know, he's a big star, he has a lot of money, he'll basically just bury you. So they're essentially like trying to coerce her into like just letting it go.
Right.
So because of that, she now has a legitimate case of being like, if getting those people back in and saying, yeah, these were the people that basically forced me into taking this, like allowing him to make this plea and like just deal me out the cash. Whereas I was never given a position to actually pursue criminal, I'm missing the word.
What? Pursue criminal recourses?
We could use that word because it literally just proceedings. Yeah, it literally like slipped my mind there. Sorry. But yeah, no so comment. Now like that's why now in 2018, like because of that German newspaper, like everything's coming back to light.
Does she have to give back up the $375K?
I'm assuming she would, unless they could find some loophole in the NDA that maybe there was a procedure they didn't fulfill that she would end up keeping it. Either way, it's looking bad for Ronaldo to the point where like even like FIFA's taking like his image off of everything because he was the face of FIFA 19.
Yeah.
It's like his face has been taken off everything. Juventus, they're still sticking with him, basically saying like we'll support him as he's going through this, you know, because at the same time, like although you have all these things here, it's still
probably quiet in Europe about it too. So
still innocent to proven guilty.
Yeah.
But the evidence against him is pretty damning, especially if you have like his testimony saying, yeah, she didn't consent to it. Like there were times like she was saying no, but like he just basically kept going. Pretty fucked.
Wow.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo, man. Sucks, but I'm a fan of his, bro. But this is bad. Bad. For football, for soccer, okay?
Right. But you stopped watching the Cosby Show and you stopped listening to R. Kelly music.
Dude, I wasn't even watching the Cosby Show.
But you stopped listening to R. Kelly music. And don't tell me you were an R. Kelly fan.
Definitely stopped listening to R. Kelly, and I was a huge fan.
So you're going to stop watching Ronaldo games?
I don't watch Juve. I'm a Chelsea boy.
But so if they're playing against each other, you're not going to watch it?
Champions League? Shit. If it's on TV, I'm watching soccer. Why should I condemn all the other players on the team because of him?
So why would you condemn all the producers on R. Kelly's album?
Hey, I'm sorry, man. It's R. Kelly's voice.
Up. This is exactly what
I'm
talking about.
R. Kelly's voice.
This is what I'm talking about.
If he scores a goal, I'm not going to clap.
I'm not even making light of this situation.
No, I'm not making light either.
You're
like,
crazy.
Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, it's just, it looks bad for him.
Hypocrites, man.
What's hypocritical?
You won't listen to Step in the Name of Love?
Look, if I'm in a public vicinity and it's playing, I'll listen to it.
Do you have a choice?
No, in the matter, I wouldn't.
But you would choose to watch a Chelsea Juventus game with Cristiano playing.
Chelsea is my team.
Fine, you watch a Barcelona.
You're telling me to not watch Chelsea? Whoa, Barcelona? Come on.
Oh, you see?
It's messy.
Oh, very messy.
It's very messy.
How appropriate. It's very messy. Very messy.
Look, I don't go out of my way to watch Juvie games, is all I'm saying.
Right.
Because I'm a Chelsea boy.
Right.
It's sad that a football player that I'm a fan of is caught up in such a mess.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, if he did it and he admitted to it, like,
he's got to take his lumps, man.
and whoever those police, whoever it is, detective, lawyers, whatever, try to condone something like that, I think they too should be penalized.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you got to let a person know every single option that they have going forward. And if you're basically telling them, no, don't pursue this, just keep it civil, keep it under wraps, and just get paid and walk away, it's like you're doing that person a disservice.
That's crazy. Very crazy. I guess rapist comes in all size, age, and looks.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what women have been trying to tell us for centuries, I want to say.
But I mean, it's kind of weird for me to picture like a woman being like not into something, like especially a sexual act, and she's probably pushing.
Yeah, because we're normal.
Against, and then it's like, yo, like, bro, like that's not even fun, bro.
Yeah, we're
like, what are you?
I want to say well adjusted in the sense of if we're doing something with someone and they're not for it, then we'd stop.
Bro, that's so like it just might like it's almost like weird knowing like I'm sure there's like for that one girl who was against it, there's probably like 50 girls just willing to throw it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
It's a shame that, you know, somebody with his position, with his power, and I mean, like, not that it gets surprising or anything, but just the total abuse of it.
I don't even know what it is because it's like it's not manly. First of all, I don't even find that manly.
No, it's not.
So it's not a powerful position because you're supposed to feel good after sex. You're not supposed to feel like, yo, did I just violate somebody?
Like guilt trip.
Yeah, or like, is she gonna use this against me? You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't feel like that.
Yeah, like if you're
it's
walking
weird.
out,
like I don't know, I could fuck with
like
that.
If you're walking
mentally.
out of a sexual act with, all right, let's just keep this quiet. You know, like don't like. Okay, you're already on the wrong foot,
bro. If you walk away from a sexual experience more stressed,
you can't look that person in the eyes.
More stressed than you went in. So, you did something wrong.
It's like you make eye contact and sweat starts to bead down your forehead.
You're supposed to feel more relaxed leaving that session than worried. Like if you leave it worried, unless you're cheating on your wife or significant other, then fine, I can understand you're a bit worried.
And yeah, like I remember just like reading through a bit of the article, like there was something that like a line that he had said where he's like, I'm a good guy 99% of the time, but this 1%, I don't know.
What? And I'm curious. I gotta go read that. Like,
yeah, I'll
curious.
find the article for you, bro. Because like I read it super quick in passing because I was at work when my friend sent it to me. But yeah, it's just like that one line stuck out to me because I'm just like, who the fuck says something like that?
But it was also a bit weird. Like I was like not to throw him under the bus.
It sounds like that's something that's very rehearsed. Like that's not something you've just popped up and said.
But not only that though, because like even his son, right? The story with his son and the son mother, and like he paid her money to stay out of the son's life, and
yeah, because I think the story of that was he just wanted to have a kid.
Yeah.
So he like got this woman pregnant. Once she gave birth, took the kid, paid her, and was like, bye.
But that's crazy to me, because like if that was the case, like get a surrogate. You're rich enough to do that, where it's not implicating people's feelings to that degree.
Yeah.
Like he literally used the woman to reproduce, because I literally think he's narcissistic is the word.
Narcissistic?
Yeah, he is. He looks like one of those type of guy who thinks, because I was watching one of his documentaries, he was like, yo, you know, I was an ugly kid, I was chubby.
Yeah, I watched it. It was on Netflix. It was
and then like
fucking good.
And then he's like, you know, I grew up to this, like, everybody desired me, and like, I could see him doing something like that, but I don't want to taint his image. I don't want to judge him. But like, if that's like his response to like, yeah, I'm 99% good, but it comes with a 1% fucked up.
Yeah, this 1% is whenever someone tells me no, it's like, buddy.
But do you know who I am? I'm Cristiano.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
One of, if not the biggest soccer star in the world.
No, one of the greatest soccer player ever.
But that's what I'm saying.
And I mean, I think he is the greatest right now.
Yeah, people can make an argument for Messi.
No.
I mean, after this,
But I
like,
mean,
depending on how this pans
But
out.
I mean, like when you talk about like normally, and I preference this by saying this is my opinion. When you're dominant in sport, you carry you're very good at the sport, but there's also I guess when it comes to male, like there's a sexual desire. Like I think he has a greater sex appeal when it comes to.
Yeah, like he's
Messi.
one of the most recognizable faces
Right, Messi's
on earth,
more
man.
of I'm not saying that he come off as a family guy,
Yeah.
a guy who sits at
Yeah,
home
like
and
when you think Messi, you really think about soccer. Like you
Right.
think about his skill, you think about his
Right.
scoring ability. Like that's what you think
Right.
about. Whereas when you think about Cristiano Ronaldo,
you think of the
for
life,
myself,
right?
me as a guy, yeah, I think about soccer. But
And you think of everything
for the
else.
average person, like, oh, that's that hot soccer player.
right?
You know, like
You
they,
think-
they look at him more as like a sex symbol.
Bro, I'm sure Messi in like a large amount of cities, major cities in this world, could walk around and be okay. Cristiano, like even the old,
I would say more in America than other places in the world.
right, but it's still a large. Like I mean, soccer is dominant in like the Latin world, like
Yeah.
right, and in Europe
Plus, you're thinking like Messi is like
and Africa
Is-
too. I forgot about that.
worldwide, like
Right.
a recognizable face.
But I think he could blend in because he comes off as a very plain guy.
I think no, definitely not. When it comes to Messi, just because like he's just one of those
But
guys.
you're talking also from because you know soccer, you know him.
But I'm thinking
But
at the same time, like how big is soccer in the world?
Right, I agree with you.
You know?
But I also think like if he was to put on like a hoodie, a hat, and go jogging, like no one really pay attention.
Well, yeah, because he's not like a hulking athlete.
Right. But then you Cristiano, like you could dress this guy up anyway. People would probably he has like I don't know if he had surgery on his face. Like he has like
Not that I know of.
like crazy, like his features are like so ridiculous. He looks nothing like his early childhood.
Oh. Well, yes and no. I remember back when he was like in Manchester.
No, but that's not his early childhood. Like I'm talking like pre-football era. Like even when he just started playing football, he didn't look
Dude,
like
we've
that.
only known him as a football player, man. These guys
even-
start
like,
playing
I'm-
when they're
I'm
like
talking about
6, 7 years old.
From the documentary that I've watched, like when like some of the earlier pictures.
Okay,
that
well,
they're
yeah, if
showing me.
you're judging from like literal like 6 years old to who he is now, there's gonna be a
No,
lot
but
of
like
feature
even
changes.
up, like he started playing for Manchester at what age? Like 16? No,
No, I believe 17 or 18.
that right. But I'm talking like 12, 11, 12, 13, like around 13 when he played for that team in his native of Portugal. Like he kind of like looked, but like now like his facial, like he's very a little metro for me. I don't know why. Like
It's
honestly,
okay to say he's a good-looking guy.
he is. I said he had sex appeal. Like what more the fuck do you want me to say?
Like he's metro.
He's a little metro. I'm not saying
Yeah,
like
I'm sure he keeps himself cleaned up.
you sure, bro. This guy look like he gets his eyebrow done before a game.
Why not? It's the money, man. It's the money. Look, the one thing soccer players got going for them is that they're visible.
Oh yeah,
You know, like
for
they
sure.
wear shorts and a t-shirt,
Bro.
and they run around. So
And
what?
their t-shirt
what do you think?
nowadays are
They're
tighter than anything else.
They're basically like a giant, like sweaty guys running around. Like that's all you're seeing.
Right.
So for them, it's like, yeah, they always got the crazy hairstyles. You know, like that's their way to stand out.
Oh, for sure.
Tattoos and hairstyles. So of course, he's definitely making sure his
Does he have
eyebrows are cut.
tattoos? Yeah, he does have tattoos.
Yeah, I think he has a few.
Yeah. Messi did his whole sleeve
Yeah, he's got
recently.
the sleeve. That's dope as shit, man.
Ibrahimovic, though, I like his tattoos. They're very deep. I like what I watched the video.
Zlatan's
about
a
it.
fucking boss, man.
Yeah, I like Zlatan.
500th goal.
Zlatan.
Did it only the way Zlatan could do it. Like,
Zlatan.
literally roundhouse kicked the ball into the net, man.
Hey, bro.
Fucking boss.
With them thighs, he's huge fucking thighs. Like
Dude, they're soccer players, man. All he
no,
does-
but like
all
Messi's
of them, bro.
thighs are not that huge. But
Oh, Messi has pretty big
Zlatan,
thighs.
like he looked like bro. He's a specimen. He's a specimen.
no arguments here, man.
Lucky LA
Like
Galaxy.
my boy Eden Hazard.
Oh.
Mm.
Mm.
That's a beautiful man right there.
Hey.
I could watch him play football all day. That's my boy.
That sounded wrong.
Fast forward.
That sounded wrong. I don't even know what you're doing in your basement, bro. I don't want to know. Now it makes a lot of sense for why certain things are positioned the way they're positioned.
Like turn on the surround sound. Put on my Chelsea. I just yell. I scream at the TV.
Right.
But that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah. We ran through that pretty quick.
Yeah, last week we went a bit long, so this week we're like, let's just keep it short, keep it sweet.
Yep. Definitely.
Any last things you want to bring up to the people before we get out of here?
Hey. Like I always say, love is love. Show love to each other, no hate.
I like that, man.
That's it.
For me, all I got to say is, bundle up. It's getting cold out there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to New Regime
I
forgot to shout out New Regime for their collab with Puma.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they got a collab they did with Puma. They're making strides, man.
Dope shit, man.
Montreal made.
Represent. If they got any bubble gooses out there I could rock, man. It's getting cold. I need a new winter coat.
Bruh.
Fucking worst time of the year, man.
Bro, it's the same thing happen every year. Like, I don't know why you guys get so depressed.
But I need this feeling so that when it gets warm again, I'm just complete and total euphoria. I like to embrace these emotions as they come. I don't run away.
Bro, if it got warm tomorrow, you'll be happy.
Of course.
Like,
I'd be the happiest person.
You've known nothing but 4 seasons. Like, relax. It's the same shit.
So let me go through the 4 seasons.
Oh, my God.
As the seasons change, allow my emotions.
I don't mind, though, this weather. This weather's good weather.
Allow me to freedom.
Okay. Enjoy.
All right, no more rambling. Let's get out of here, bro.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the show as much as we did.
As always, man, thank you guys so much. We love the fact you guys tune in every week and you keep us going, keep us motivated. You know how to reach us, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Don't Be Mad Pod, Don't Be Mad Podcast. You can find us there. Hit us up with DMs, likes, comments on the pictures, everything, man. We respond as quickly as we can. And we just like to keep the community going.
Actually, don't like our pictures. Comment on the pictures.
No, they do both.
No, but let's start a campaign. We don't want likes.
We want words?
We want words.
I like that. We don't want likes. We want
words.
That's fucking dope. I'm going to do my best to follow suit and only
we should
put
hashtag
comments.
That shit.
No more likes on pics, just comments.
There you go. We should hashtag
That'd
that
be fucking
shit.
dope.
Don't be mad.
Start a movement.
Let's go.
Start a movement.
Start right now.
With it. Look at you, coming with ideas.
The social media that I don't use.
He doesn't even use social media, but he's coming with ideas. I like that, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna make this campaign go.
Let's go. I'm with it.
So everyone, tune in next week. For now, share this with your friends, your family, and your pets. Don't Be Mad Podcast.
Yup.
Peace.